Good afternoon. In today's video, we will be reviewing the active range setup. The active range setup is a proprietary day trading methodology developed exclusively by iSpy Trading. It identifies precise moments when price enters a key institutional zone and shows clear signs, such as confirmation by the order flow, CVD, and HFT alerts that a controlled high probability move is about to occur. The concept is simple: risk a little to make a lot. By entering only at S1 support zones or R1 resistance zones or the middle zone, we drastically reduce the uncertainty in each trade while targeting 5 to 10 points of ES movement. Those same reads on the ES chart directly fuel day trading setups in SPY options, SPX options, and 0DTE contracts, giving traders multiple ways to capitalize on one high conviction read. Why it works. Institutional zones are never random. S1 and R1 are levels where institutional programs consistently react. The setups wait for price to come to them. HFT programs create predictable bursts. When a high-frequency algorithm fires at key levels, price moves fast and decisively. We catch those moves at the source. We utilize tick strike, which removes the guesswork. If we don't have a confirmation from tick strike, we don't enter. That discipline is what keeps risk defined and results consistent. We provide one chart, however, again, you can trade 4 instruments, creating multiple trading opportunities. How the active range setup works in real time. Every active range setup follows the same 4-step process. There's no improvising, there's no emotions, pure structure. Number 1, when price reaches a key zone, S1, R1, or middle zone, we wait. We don't chase the price. When the ES approaches our pre-mapped S1 support level or R1 resistance level or the middle zone, we shift into setup mode. These are institutional levels, again, where smart money is historically active, not arbitrary lines. Number 2, the order flow and CVD confirm who is in control. We read the cumulative volume delta and live order flow to confirm whether buyers or sellers are truly in control at that particular zone. If the data doesn't support the setup, we skip it. No data confirmation, no trade. Number 3, tick strike validates institutional activity. When tick strike lights up in alignment with our ES read, that's our green light. This separates high probability entries from noise. And number 4, we execute with defined risk, targeting 5 to 10 ES points. We use a tight stop with clear targets. We enter with the minimum capital at risk, and we look for a 5 to 10 point ES target. The setup applies directly to SPY options, SPX options, ES options, and 0DTE day trading. It's again the same read, but we can use it on multiple instruments. We begin scaling out at 5 points profit, moving our stop on remaining orders up to break even. Once we hit 8 to 10 points, we scale out again, moving our stop on remaining orders up to 5 points profit. Where a trader decides to sell or place their stop is completely up to them. Active range setup in action. Here is a real ES futures chart showing the active range setup that triggered in our S1 support zone. Keep in mind, this is educational example only, it's not financial advice. The auction data will light up in yellow to help highlight the alert. A green arrow will appear below the candle, pointing up with the letters ARS under the arrow. Professional traders look for confluence such as iceberg seller alerts, CVD divergence, ask orders being pulled, resting orders on the zone book above the current price, large block buys on the tape, and the direction of order flow. Then we review tick strike and we wait for it to turn red. You need to wait for it to turn red first after the alert fires off to avoid sitting in an actual drawdown. And when it turns green, we enter the trade. Where the setup works. Again, we must be in one of the 3 zones, as the setup only triggers at 3 pre-mapped institutional levels on the ES chart. The S1 support zone. When price reaches S1, we look for buyers absorbing pressure confirmed by iceberg alerts, CVD divergence, large block orders, and tick strike. This is ideal for short side SPY calls, SPX calls, or ES long entries. R1 resistance zone. These are considered weaker in probability since we are already at the top area, so these should be considered lotto trades. At R1, again, we look for buyers stepping in with large buy orders, bids getting pulled, and order flow location, plus CVD direction and tick strike. The middle zone. It's between S1 and R1. The middle zone often acts as a pivot. When the setup triggers here, it can signal directional lag, caught early via HFT alerts and order flow before the actual real move extends. Why we use Tick Strike? It offers real-time confirmation. Tick Strike shows institutional and high-frequency trading aggression at key levels in real time. When price enters our support zone, resistance zone, or middle zone, and Tick Strike confirms the HFT programs are firing in alignment with our read, that's our entry signal. No active range setup is taken without Tick Strike confirmation. If there is no Tick Strike confirmation, that means no trade. That discipline is what makes the active range setup repeatable and consistent over time. At the end of each day, the ARS data is uploaded into a Google spreadsheet, and our website will show the running total of all alerts to include total amount of setups, gross points, drawdown, net points, average points per setup, highest points in one individual setup, and worst drawdown. Best practice is to place stops at 10 points when trading these alerts. Moving stops to break even after your first profit target reached or a trailing stop is highly recommended. In addition, the ARS results website, you can filter for specific regime days to see how they performed using this alert system. You can also filter by date. And this chart shows a profit curve in comparison to the XPX. It includes the ES cumulative net profits after drawdown compared to SPX percentage gain over the same tracked period. These numbers reflect ARS alerts between 9:30 a.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Eastern, which we find to be the best time zone for these alerts. ARS alerts that trigger after this time should be considered lottos and traded with caution. If an ARS alert triggers after multiple touches in the same zone, they should also be traded with caution. Be smart and use good risk management. We will have more information with examples about the HFT alerts and the ARS in conjunction with each other in our Discord room under the methodology section. Once it is uploaded, I suggest you review it and let us know if you have any questions. We will be providing more videos in the future when we roll out with new features. Until then, learn it to earn it.